Good morning. I hope everybody's ready for class today. Well, it's not officially a class, but a small make-believe computer course. I suppose I could call it a class. I did just notice something, which I don't know why I didn't do, but if you go to the trilogy, the game, the Undercover AI project, and you find, the book, the game, Beat My Clock, TV Snow Store, I noticed I did not put the cheat codes in here. Maybe it was, that, the book would have been too large, or I hid them somewhere in there, but, I did not put it appears that I did not put them in there. But if you go to the original, the game Beat My Clock, TV Snow Store, the computer instructions are in there, which they're in both books, but just having them on one page, just for a reference to go back to and say what was that code again. So this in the book PDF online, it'd be on page 121, and so this is where we have to make the squares, from an alphabet to a square would be run, colon slash, the upward slash S plus, and then to change the block color, it's pretty much a guess, where you do plus square and then red, or G for green, and then the alphabet, it'd be A for alphabet, enter, and then Y for a yellow alphabet character, or R for a red one. Now the pluses, it's mentioned in the book here, in the Undercover AI project book, that the first code that he puts into the cursor, into the computer was run colon upward slash slash plus AB. But if you go to the computer instructions, the plus isn't here, and I just thought about it really briefly to why this could be, we could say. I mean, obviously it's a big book, and I am doing this class so that way, I can get familiar with the book and catch some of the smaller details. I mean, it was really important for me, because I just kind of threw it all out there really quick, and looking back, I knew I wanted to look back, and I believe this is going to be really, really fun. But the plus, I mean, we could say the plus is in there, and it would go before the alphabet character, and so we could say the plus is in there. It had something to do with changing from squares to the alphabet characters. Sometimes you would put a plus in there, and sometimes you wouldn't, and it's kind of an anomaly in a sense, but when all else failed, even with the beginner computers, you kind of just reboot it. So the plus is kind of a reboot in a sense, and make believe, and at least though that little anomaly right there. And so I got a document that's completely black. I mean, the old Commodore 64s, you'd pretty much get a black screen. You'd have the computer instructions, and then you'd have the cursor. So I pretty much tried to fake that in a sense right here with a Word document, and I have some of the controls above here that you can't see, and I can pretty much just kind of fake the idea, so you could get a good idea of what it would have been like on the Commodore 64, and probably on other computers as well, and pretty much so you could get the overall make-believe kind of idea behind it. But I do not believe there was some guy sitting behind a Word document kind of faking this for the beginners. I mean, there could have been somewhere out there in some parallel universe, but I don't think that, as they were going about making the world. So let's try the code. The code is, to take this, to make an alphabet character from one color to another. It's pretty much a guess, but each color would start out with, like, the B would be blue. And so we'll try that one. It'd be Whoop, that one's already blue. You know why? It's because I was playing with it beforehand to make sure that it wouldn't, it would do that for me. Okay, so now that you see the cheat, I'll just go ahead and, you know, and then we'll just do a plus just to make double sure that it's going to work. And so that, and then we would press, you know, the enter button right here. And then we would have, you know, a blue color. So now whenever we type, you know, it'd be blue. You know, back in the 80s and the 90s, I mean, that was pretty amazing to see on the old computers on TV. It felt like there was a bit of power behind it, you know, and it was, you know, something that I longed to look into deeply at the time that, you know, I saw my younger brother perform some of the codes. And now the next code here is he does, you know, he types the blue one up. You know, but I think, what happened the first time? Dimly he reads to turn the cursor blue type code. Okay, so he types it and then it works. And, you know, he goes on to saving stuff and, you know, whole idea of what he can do, you know, with the power in his hands. I can't totally remember where his first square was. It's where he gets the game. But we know that, you know, the square, you know, is to change it. The key, you know, the key S to and other alphabet characters to a block. So once, you know, it's in block mode, you know, it's pretty much gonna make a block. So I'll show an example of this. It was run, and I think it was get a little bit confused in this one. So it's S plus, and then it would be, you know, an enter. And once he pressed the, I'm going to fake it a bit here. I'm using just a different font here. This is a Webding font or something. But, you know, once that happens, you know, any key, whoops. We just want the block, though. What one was the block? I can't remember which one was the block. T, Well, that's a bit embarrassing. Wasn't it? Oh, okay, so it's a G. Okay, so, but on his keyboard, you know, in Make Believe, he would have just, you know, he would have been able to press any of the alphabet characters on the keyboard, and it would have made a block. It's almost like you know, I got so much power back here. I mean, if any of the people back when saw me have this power, you know, and this is a Word document, trust me. I mean, it's right here, you know, so, you know, and then to change the colors, what he would do, and this is kind of like faith-based building in a sense. You know, the idea of faith-based, you know, it's kind of a bit copied from some older generations, but it's pretty much like, you know, you type it and you're supposed to pretty much, you know, you're pretty much seeing your mind, and that's what happens in the book. In TV Snow Store, I mean, RK begins typing, and that's what he's typing up, his mind. And so, you know, plus S makes red, plus SG makes green. So if we try, you know, if we just try to do a, you know, what was the? So I mean, I put the plus in the wrong spot too. So, but plus SG right there would make a green color. So we'll just go ahead and fake that, and go down here, and you know, and now we have green, you know. Now say he wanted to come down here and then, you know, make another, you know, command down here. Say he wanted to do blue down here, he would go, whoops, okay, so that's still green. He first would have had to you know, change the colors back to an alphabet character. You know, which is you know, he would have had to, you know. But you might not see that part because, you know, I mean, on a green block, you know, you might have to type it, press enter, and then you'd see it, and then, you know, you would press, you know, and then, you know, the color would be, now it'd be red for the block. Whoops, it'd be red for the blocks. And so through that block like design, you know, RK in the book began to you know, dream a bit about building things, you know. And as he was dreaming, he knew that he needed some more time, you know, to build. So you know, on to chapter 3, you know, to give RK that amount of time, you know, was it chapter 3? Yeah, it was chapter 3, and you know, RK goes down to a store, and you know, the cashier down at the computer store helps him out with a game, and that game, you know, kind of mixes in with reality, and he gets a bit of time. You know, the more he wins the game, the more time he has to work on the computer. And you know, this is where he, you know, starts to change the colors, the green, the red, and then, you know, he starts seeing, you know, kind of the ability to save his work. So I mean, this line right here, instead of having to you know, type in all those squares, you know, he could pretty much save this line, or even this whole entire thing, and then reload that at another date, and that would kind of simplify his work. So he would sort of have his own code in there from a simple, you know, amount of instructions, and you know, he would have multiplied the instructions, so that way, you know, you could load pictures, windows, folders, you know, just a ton of stuff, and it was really exciting. And I'm really glad, you know, that you joined along, and you know, the Game Lessons 1.2. I hope you enjoyed it, and till the next time, have a great day.